Welcome to Metro Cagayan de Oro. Hi guys, welcome back to my blog. I'm Architect Studio, and today I would like to share my personal experience how to register for COVID-19 vaccination here in Metro Cagayan de Oro. And what to expect during the vaccination. This is a step-by-step based on my personal experience on my vaccination day. So, ano-ano nga ba ang dapat natin gawin para mapasama sa libreng bakuna ng ating gobyerno? First is you need to visit www.cagayandeoro.gov.ph. Look for COVID-19 vaccination pre-registration. This is an online pre-registration by using your smartphone or PC or personal computer. But please do not use iPhone, iPad, Mac OS device for pre-registration because it has some issues or glitch in uploading files. First step is you need to identify which group you belong. So click registered as, so mamimili ka if you're A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, or C1. So assuming you're part of group A3 or adult with comorbidities. So click to and then click go. So these are the requirements to be part of group A3. You need to bring your medical clearance for vaccination from your doctor or physician or any medical records. These are the lists to be considered as people with comorbidities. If you have chronic respiratory disease like asthma, cardiovascular disease like hypertension, diabetes, obesity, cancer, nandito yung list ng mga possible diseases that are considered as people with comorbidities. So you need to acquire a medical certificate or clearance from your medical doctor. These documents are part of the attachment of this online pre-registration form. Next is you need to encode this serial code on the box provided. Then click continue. So nandito na tayo sa main form ng COVID-19 vaccination pre-registration form. All your information will be submitted to the Department of Health. So click category ID, so base it on your valid ID, the ID number, the PhilHealth number, PWID number, and then your last name and first name. Your middle name and complete address. Your barangay, and your mobile number. Make sure na tama yung mobile number nyo dahil dito nila isi-send yung information about your schedule for your vaccination. Your birth date, next is the employment information. So you need to select which employment status you're in. Choose from yes or no if you have direct COVID care, your profession, employee's name, address, and contact number. And your health status if you're pregnant or allergy to drug, food, insects, latex, paint, or pollen. You also need to choose your comorbidities if you have cancer or hypertension or diabetes, if you have been diagnosed with COVID-19, and if you're available to visit the vaccination site. If not, then give your reason. Next is you upload your requirements. There are two major requirements for A3, the medical certificate and your valid ID. So you need to upload your medical certificate On your browser, look for your file for your medical certificate and upload it. Next is to upload your valid ID. You can drag and drop the file or open your browser and upload your valid ID. After a few days, you will be receiving a text with your reference code for you to check the status of your pre-registration. Then after a few days, you will receive a text regarding your schedule of your vaccination. For me, it took almost 2 days before I received this confirmation for my vaccine after I applied online. So mabilis siya. So today is August 1, 2021 and I'm excited to be vaccinated because I want to be part of the solution in fighting this COVID-19. So I encourage you to be vaccinated. So randomly, I was scheduled to be vaccinated in Limketkai Center, the biggest mall complex in Mindanao. Ang pagkakaalam ko, ang mga bakuna center or vaccine centers are located at SM Uptown, Pueblo de Oro, SM Downtown Premier in Lapasan, CM Recto Avenue, Limketkai Center in CM Recto Avenue, and in Ayala Centrio Mall in Corrales Avenue. Yung schedule ko for vaccination was 10 a.m. So dapat nasa 30 minutes advance ka daw pumunta sa vaccine center. And I arrived in Limketkai Center around 9:40 a.m. Don't forget to bring your medical certificate and your valid ID. The vaccine center or bakuna center is located at the second floor of Limketkai Center, near Mark and Spencer. So tara, akyat tayo. So ano nga ba ang una natin gagawin pag dumating na tayo sa bakuna center? First is you need to get your priority number. So kailangan i-present mo yung text na na-receive mo about the schedule of your vaccination. And reminder, dapat dadala mo yung medical certificate and clearance mo from your doctor and your valid ID, yung barangay exit pass and your QR code. So sobrang aga kong dumating, ang nakuha kong number is number 759. Sa awa ng Diyos, sobrang layo ko na, ang dami na palang tao. So dapat pala, mas maaga kang dumating kung saan yung vaccination site naka-assign sa'yo. So make sure may dala kang tubig and your lunch or baon. Though bukas naman ang mga fast food and restaurant for takeout nga lang. So ginawa namin, nag-takeout na lang kami at kinain ito sa loob ng sasakyan. And nagbigay ng tip yung mama ko that we need to take our paracetamol before we had our vaccine. And then magti-take ulit kami after the vaccine para iwas lagnat. So ang tanong, i-announce pa nila kung anong brand ng vaccine na itutok sa'yo o hindi? Ang sagot is hindi. After na tinawag yung number nyo, kailangan nyo pumasok sa waiting area. Make sure nakasuot ka ng proper face mask and face shield and then you sanitize yourself every now and then. First up is the registration area. Dito ibibigay sa'yo yung vaccination card. So meron silang verification regarding dun sa online registration mo with your complete name, your birthday, and dito malalaman mo na kung anong vaccine ang ibibigay sa'yo. Make sure guwapo or maganda ka dahil kakaroon ka ng picture taking dito sa registration area. Next up is the consultation area. Dito magkakaroon ka ng mga forms that you need to fill up. This form is more on your medical condition, your medical status before your vaccination. And magkakaroon din ng audiovisual presentation about the vaccine, about how important the vaccine is, and mga basic information about those vaccines. And this is also a briefing area in which ano ang dapat sasabihin mo dun sa doctor na ka-assign sa'yo for your vaccine. Meron kasing evaluation for you before you can have your vaccine. Next up is the vital signs section. Dito, imo-monitor nila yung vital signs mo like your body temperature, your BP, and your heart rate. Next up is the screening area. Dito, i-assess ka ng mga doctors if you are fit for vaccination. Second to the last stop is the vaccination area. At that time, dalawang brands of vaccine ang available, which is the Johnson & Johnson or Johnson and the Sinovac. Luckily, ang nabigay sa akin is Johnson. The advantage of using Johnson & Johnson as your vaccine is one dose lang siya compared to Sinovac na kailangan mong bumalik for your second dose. Ang tanong, pwede bang mamili? Ang sagot, hindi. Sila kasi mismo mag-identify kung anong brand ang ituturok sa'yo as your vaccine. Pwede ka namang humindi kung gusto mo. Pero sa panahon nito, hindi na natin kailangan mamili. Kung ano yung available, then grab it. As long as you've been vaccinated. Sabi nga nila, be part of the solution in fighting this COVID-19. So be vaccinated. Wala ka namang babayaran for your vaccination. It's all for free by the government. Ang tanong, masakit ba? Ang sagot, hindi. Wala nga ako na-feel. Pero takot na takot ako. Before ka pala magpaturok, sabihin mo yung nurse politely kung left-handed ka ba or right-handed. If you're right-handed, sa left side nila, ituturok yung gamot. If you're left-handed naman, sa right side naman nila, ituturok yung gamot. You are required to stay or rest for about 15 minutes before nila kukunin yung final vital signs mo. And then after, you can now exit. Merong photo glamour wall sa exit area where you can have your final picture as a souvenir of your vaccine. And nagpapasalamat ako sa government natin and sa mga frontliners like the doctors and nurses and all the staff for being so professional and sobrang bait sa mga patients.
Hi guys, maayong adlaw. Councilor J. Roa Pascual here of Cagayan de Oro City. Please subscribe Architect Studio by my good friend Gerald Patrick Harayo.
Be part of the fun.